What's poppin', everybody? It's a Ceruledge gonna be showing you guys a Ceruledge EX deck today from the brand new set Surgeon Sparks. This is a very easy build it yourself, obvious combo attacker, just Yu-Gi-Oh style at this point. Pokemon does that a lot since the XY era with the Night March. The game really became all about discarding a lot of stuff in the discard pile for combos like this. So this guy, he's just a stage 1. It's a bit confusing, this guy, with all of his other Mega Man Navi forms. Ceruledge, I think, or I don't know. I thought it was this guy, but it's Ceruledge instead. You got a bunch of them. Can be a bit confusing. But he's a stage 1 fire Pokemon, 270 HP, decent enough. And with Abyssal Flames, you do 30 for 1, but you're also going to do 20 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile. Now, this doesn't have any difficult conditions like it has to be different types of energies or whatever. It can be any energy, so we can just run billions of fire energies, have our deck be consistent, dump a bunch of them, and he's going to be really strong if you dump a lot of them. Coincidentally, they print this card, and then of course they give us this aspec as well. Brilliant Blender, so this is the Battle Compressor return, and I think it's just fair enough. I mean, like I've said, Battle Compressor as just a regular item on its own was too broken, just a free discard 3 from the deck. But I always said if they remake it as a supporter and you discard 5 but it's a supporter for the turn or something, it should be okay. Not discard 5 as a supporter, just discard like 4 as a supporter or something. Then it would have been fair. So they give us something close, an A-Spec. This card is your A-Spec of choice if you choose to run it, and you can discard 5 cards from your deck to the discard pile. So it's like Painful Choice from Yu-Gi-Oh! Without you getting a free card from the deck too. Oh, how I miss old school Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, we're going to be running this, but I need to get back to the Pokemon first. So this guy, dump a bunch of fire energies. He's going to do a lot of damage. You can dump enough so that you can actually get 1-hit KOs, even if you discard enough on even the biggest Pokemon. But even if we just go for 2-hit KOs, it should be okay, because with 270, he might be able to take a hit, unless we're playing against Raging Bolt or Water decks, then it's going to suck. But if you can 2-shot Charizard EX, it's still good, because it's going to be probably too much for you to 1-shot, especially early in the game. Eventually, though, you can even hit for 300 damage. It can be pretty crazy if you do things right. So, I'm maxing this guy out, running 4 of him, and I'm also running 4 of the Charcadet. There's plenty of these little guys to choose from, but the best thing you can do is just choose one with 70 HP so that you can grab him with a Pofin. I mean, I hate this. I want to use the 80 HP Pofin, the 80 HP versions, because I think these Pokemon need to have a lot more HP. I've been saying this for years now. So I'd rather have 80 than 70. Not that it makes that much difference, but it's still a higher number. But it has double retreat, the ones with 80, and we can't use Pofin to get them, so it's shit. So we're running the 70 HP ones. This one with Will-O-Wisp 20 for 1 is the best one, I'd say. Okay. Next up, I'm running Rotom V, something you guys don't see me use every day, and Rotom VSTAR. Now, here's the reason why I'm running these guys. So, number 1, let's get this out of the way. This Rotom VSTAR, its VSTAR effect, is not that good. Conversion Star, you discard a number of cards from your hand, and depending on how many you discard, you draw the same amount. So if you discard 3, you draw 3. Now, compared to Hisuian Zoroark and this Eye-to-Eye where you can draw until you have 8 or discard and draw 7, this is extremely shit, but I'm running this because it's the add-on to Rotom V. So you get this little package together if you run this guy. And I'm running Rotom V because in the beginning we do aim to play first with this deck, and we're not going to be doing much. So opening up with Rotom, drawing my 3 cards, just trying to gather the pieces so I can dump the fire energies and just make my plays to get ready. Combo stuff, you guys should know. And then putting the Rotom VSTAR on to give this guy a little bit better HP so that he won't be such a liability at 190. And then the you know, the V-Star ability is just a bonus. We have a bunch of stuff that is going to be useless later on. And if I got a big ass hand of useless stuff, I can discard and draw. Got a bunch of fire energies in hand, you can again discard and draw. And it just plays into our strategy of discarding energies and being turbo. I also get to save space by doing this instead of just running the little stone tablet and just getting one card. Gotta burn another spot. I mean, I'd rather just go this route. Boost this guy's HP to 250. It's still gonna be weak, but at least Raging Bolt has to put a little bit more effort to kill him at least. So there's that. That's about it. I mean, he can't really attack. The Scrap Pulse is just some different stuff for his own deck if you want to run it. And that's about it. Okay. Then I got the obligatory Radiant Greninja. Discard and draw. This guy just basically sees plays in all these crazy ass Yu-Gi-Oh! Turbo decks now. With Pokemon where you want to discard energies and draw. He's your man. Or chick. The Radiant Greninja. And that's it basically. Not too many basic Pokemon. It can't be annoying sometimes. You don't really see what you need and you play first, you open up with one dude and then you don't see any searching card to get something else. That sucks. But I don't really want to include any pointless cards. This is the stuff that I want to have here. I've thought of maybe running the Rev of Room Stage 1. Discard an energy drawn until I have 6. But I still think that might be a bit too slow. It is something that does have 140 HP, so I don't gotta worry that much about Dusknoir if I get him out. But I decided I'd do the Rotom VSTAR. I guess make this more wacky. Now then, we got 29 trainers here because I gotta burn a lot of space for fire energies, unfortunately. 17 of them. I need enough so that I got for manual attachments. But I also need to have a lot, of course, to just discard so we can boost the damage. So we max out the Vessel and the Ultra Ball as my best discard outlets here. It would have been great if we had some like Quick Ball in this deck, but we don't. And I guess Trekking Shoes is going to serve as a discard outlet too, depending on what you can discard. With so many fire energies, you're usually going to be milling something that you want. In this case, an energy or something useless. But point is, these are the searchers. Vessel and Ultra Ball for Pokemon. It works out for us to have a good way to get the evolutions. Max out the Nest Ball so I can get the Rotom and Greninja. Very, very important. And double Pofin to get the little guys. It's just 4 targets, so this should be alright. Ace-Spec of choice is the Brilliant Blender, like I've said. It does hurt having this as opposed to Catcher or just something else to give me some other utility. But I mean, this is just, it functions as a thinner card, draw card in a way, consistency card, because you get rid of the stuff you don't need. So your deck is thinning. Functions as a damage card because you put the energies, this guy's damage gets boosted, so huge. And I mean, it just combos with the deck too well to not run, I think. So we're going for it. Ace-Spec of choice. I got one Super Rod. Before, I didn't have a Super Rod and I had 16 energies. I had 2 of the Colognes because if we do play against Aegislash, random Aegislash, random Mimikyu, or the new Milotic, this guy's a Terra Pokemon, then we can't do shit. So that's why I was running Cologne, but yeah, the deck was just, it bricked sometimes. I was seeing those cards and I didn't like it. They don't come up, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to get the auto loss. I'm going to try and make the deck as consistent as possible and forget about those matchups. So yeah, running some more useful cards. Like Super Rod is important because we can recover this guy. You know, sometimes you might have to dump him and he's our only attacker. 4 of them should be enough. I mean, if your opponent kills 3, you lost. So it's not like you're going to need all of them. But Super Rod, it's something useful. Can get maybe energy if I go overboard. You know, I got it in. Miriam, there's not much point running Miriam. I think it's just too slow for this deck. And it's not like I really want anything like really Pokemon to recover. It's just maybe on that off chance, maybe get something here and there. like fire energies too. Maybe you can even like, instead of running this, run the Night Stretcher, but I decided to put the Super Rod to get more stuff. But possibly Night Stretcher might actually be better when I think about it. And that's about it. The rest is just supporter cards. Max out the Iono, do the one Cynthia to get the plus when something dies. Do double research, crafted my Rowan and Juniper research here. Where are you, bitch? Yeah, this is much cooler, just like old times with Juniper. Heavy duty discard and draw makes sense in this deck. It is painful if we have to discard this guy, but you gotta live with it sometimes. And the one Irida, get me the Greninja guaranteed, and then get an item like an Ultra Ball. This can be pretty good. Get the Blender. This is huge when you can do it. Okay, 17 fire energies. Once again, you got a lot. Like if you got, let's say 15 in the discard pile and then 2 on your attackers, you are at 330 damage. So that is enough to one-shot a fresh Charizard EX. So this guy can hit some pretty crazy numbers. You just got to get in that right setup. And a lot of the times you don't need to do that much. If you can just do like 290, 300 to make sure Raging Bolt is dead if he has the tool, then it's going to be pretty good. Now, obviously you won't be able to just dump 15 energies by turn like 1 or 2. So this is more of like your late game damage. What's the word? And not end game, but your best damage output towards the end of the game. Let's just say that your best reward for using this deck. I don't know how to describe it in English. Anyway, but this is basically the deck, guys. I mean, it's nothing really groundbreaking. There's probably many ways to run this deck. You can also like maybe use this with Goldengo. I saw some guy using it like that, although he failed. And I kicked his ass. But there's a bunch of stuff you can do. I think going forward, this might be a strong card with the right deck. The Raging Amethyst might also have potential if you can power it up somehow. But Pikachu does more damage, so I think it's better for that attack. But anyway, this is the deck. I'll see you guys in the matches as always. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends. See you guys next time. What a